We are back here on Southeastern 16 talking SEC football as we continue our series of three bold predictions for each of the 16 SEC football teams. And we have landed on the Missouri Tigers. So we look at three bold predictions for Missouri heading into the 2024 season. We'll get into that after we talk Bet Online. They are the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything online sports betting. Right now, and you can receive a 50% free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit to bet on anything from the Olympics to baseball to Formula One racing. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, you can go to the online casino, get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or one of the over 150 slots games. You can head over to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. That is promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV. Bet online, the game starts here. So we'll start here for Missouri and the fact that what a year last year. And you're trying to replicate what happened last year. You finish 11-2. You get a win over Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. And, I mean, it was just a magical year last year for the Missouri Tigers. In a year going into the season, no one thought that that was going to happen. No one thought that it would be a reality, that you would be competing for really the SEC East. You lose to Georgia. Georgia represents the East, but Missouri was right there. They were winning games no one thought they could. Again, they finished with an 11-2 record in a year where it was uncertain really what the team was going to look like. And so this year, instead of being the team that sneaks up on everybody, kind of the hunter, now they're swapping roles to teams are trying to beat Missouri now. They're the hunted. So it's a new year for Missouri and kind of a new position for the Tigers. But nonetheless, I got three bold predictions for the Missouri Tigers heading into 2024. First bold prediction has to do with the running back room. Now, last year, Cody Schrader broke out for 1,627 yards rushing, which was a Missouri record. He also caught some passes too. But Schrader's moving on, and so they had to go to the portal to find a running back. They went and got Georgia State's Marcus Carroll, and I really like Carroll, so my bold prediction, my first one, Marcus Carroll rushes for 2,000 yards this season for Missouri. He had 1,350 at Georgia State. He was first team all Sun Belt, really strong runner. Now, this is the SEC, but I think he has gotten stronger in his time at Mississippi State, or at Missouri, rather. And so I'm looking for Marcus Carroll to break out this year to kind of pick up where Cody Schrader left off. And here's the big thing to me is the offensive line. This is a very veteran offensive line, very good group that I know is going to open up a lot of holes for these guys to run through. Now, Nate Noel also comes in for Missouri. He transfers in as well from Appalachian State. And so with those two guys, they're trying to kind of use two guys to replace Schrader. But my bold prediction, Marcus Carroll just has a breakout year and rushes for 2,000 yards. My second bold prediction for Missouri this year, Brady Cook back at quarterback, kind of a veteran leader now for the Tigers. My bold prediction is Brady Cook finishes as a top 3 SEC quarterback in terms of total yardage. So last season, Cook threw for 3,317 yards, and then he rushed for an additional 510 yards. So great yardage last year, close to 4,000 total. But my bold prediction is that he finishes as a top 3 quarterback in terms of total yardage in a year where there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the SEC. I think, again, with the offensive line that they have, which is incredible, I think it's going to open up Brady Cook to do all kinds of things. run the ball, but also you got really good receivers like Luther Burden, who we know could be a top receiver in the SEC. Theo Weiss, who also could be up there as well. So I'm looking for Brady Cook to really break out. My prediction is he finishes the top 3 quarterback of the SEC. And then my third bold prediction is that Missouri plays for the SEC championship. You look at the Missouri Tigers schedule. So their non-conference game, Murray State, Buffalo, Boston College. Those are the first 3 games. And then UMass on October 12th. The conference games, Vanderbilt at Texas A&M, home against Auburn, at Alabama. You get Oklahoma at home, and then a trip to South Carolina, then to Starkville to play Mississippi State, and then you host Arkansas. So if, to me, with this schedule, if this was a year that Missouri said, we can represent the SEC in the playoff, this is a year they can do that. And I think they very well could be in the playoff. If this is the year they could say, we could win the SEC and play in an SEC championship game, with this schedule, I feel like this could be the year to do that. You don't have Georgia on the schedule. You don't have Texas on the schedule. You don't have Ole Miss on the schedule. There is a trip to Alabama in there. There is a trip to College Station in Texas A&M. But if this is the year for Missouri to do all of these things, I feel like with this schedule, it's this year. So my bold prediction, Missouri plays for the SEC championship game in Atlanta, which has been a while since we've seen the Missouri Tigers there in the SEC championship. So those are my 3 bold predictions. Marcus Carroll rushes for 2,000 yards. Brady Cook finishes as a top 3 quarterback in the SEC in terms of total yardage. And my third bold prediction, Missouri plays for the SEC championship. So those are my 3 bold predictions and what should be an exciting season there in Columbia, Missouri. All things pointing towards Missouri having a fantastic year, making a run to the playoff. Just when you look at terms of guys coming back, the leadership, the experience that they have, should be a fun year there in Columbia. And we'll be all over it, covering the Missouri Tigers and the rest of the SEC here on Southeastern 16. So subscribe to our channel. Spread the word about it. Hit the like button on this video as well. You can drop a comment in there as well as we give you 3 bold predictions for Missouri and the rest of the SEC. You can see the other videos on there as well. And check out the SEC Football Hour. So we do that each and every week here on the channel as well, as we keep you all in touch with SEC football, basketball, and baseball here on Southeastern 16. And if you'd like to sponsor our content, you can do that as well. Caroline.smith at southeastern14.com. That is how we can begin conversations on how you can sponsor our content here on the channel. I'm Chase Robinson. We'll be back with more SEC football talk right here on Southeastern 16.